Bagasugin di Tonga kagagan development of Senegal. Gambia bagasol kajisan o masibolet.
Dr. Ture contributed immensely to the failure of Adam Barrow regime from 2017 to 2020.
Manke mola foye ko babu ndwok monki it bar ko metela jero yaje ko wala be tamakan
Gambianism man la sen bokk sen xarit Pa Ousman Joof. Excuse my looks, it's not very important. I just woke up today and thought I should do this video. It's been a while, at least a little over a month since I came back from the Gambia. In 2016, we thought Gambia has decided, and that is why I am putting on this shirt today, because the Gambia decided to vote out former President Yahya Jammeh and voted in President Adama Barrow. Now you can see this shirt, Fimneka ni Mugina, and this is because it's been since 2016 since I had it. It means a lot to me, and that is why I kept it, but assaulted. I kept this shirt because it means a lot to me. Now, maduga ci li tax ma def video bi ma ñëwé ba tay I've been very busy. Very busy, extremely busy. But I want to assure the entire Gambian population that I am still pursuing my case. On May 31st, 2023, a week after I arrived in Gambia on an official mission, that I was assaulted in Banjul during the swearing-in ceremony of Mayor Rohimali Glo and the elected councillors of BCC. Now, def na suma press conference, and I talked about the things that happened there. I decided, to the best of my ability, to follow due process and to make sure that I allow the state, I allow law enforcement, I allow the institutions and all stakeholders to follow due process and do what was right to do. Now, on the 31st of this month, it will be 3 months, 90 days. Do anything that is out of the ordinary. But I want to tell IGP Sanyang and his men that justice delayed is justice denied. For the record, in case you don't know, Amud Ben single week, there is no single week that have passed by since when I was in Gambia, because I stayed an extra 5 to 6 weeks after I was assaulted in Gambia. There is no single week that I haven't engaged the police officer at Banjul Primate Police Station, Officer Suleiman Dambele, who is responsible for my case. Amud a single week that has passed by the engage Jumako at least 2 times or thereabout, including this week. Even today, before I went on this live video, I had engaged him. Officer Dambele, IGP Sanyang, and all the people in the Gambia police force that have authority, do the needful, stop arresting the wrong people, do something about my case. I was assaulted as an ordinary citizen that was doing his work. I have not committed a single crime while I was in Gambia. I was there as a citizen doing what I was expected to do. Now I have engaged you, Officer Dambel. I have engaged all the necessary authorities. I have tried to reach IGP Sanyang to no avail. I have tried to reach the PRO or spokesperson of the Gambia Police Force to no avail. I am asking you guys to do the needful. Officer Dambeli, you know what I'm talking about. Officer Korka at the Banjul Police Force, at the Banjul Police headquarters, you know what I'm talking about. When I came there to report my case at the Banjul Police headquarters, you guys did all you were supposed to do. You took down my statement. You did everything that was necessary from me. You asked me to bring witnesses. I brought witnesses. I need lalen indil aksen no paki baken aki gemen. Ñu wax ak yeen People who were present at the scene where I was assaulted, they gave you the information that you asked them to do. I gave you video evidences. I gave you picture evidences. I did all that I was supposed to do. Definitely leen war. Gis na last week ngeen arrest Alaji Bora of our sister network Kirfatu for making a comment. For heaven's sake, go after the criminals. I was in Gambia working and I met this guy that assaulted me. Hell could have broken loose. Munon nako attack man suma bopa for revenge because xame nako xam nako mangi ame inatala mag video. When I saw him at Westfield, I took a video of him. I sent it to you, Officer Dambele. I told you about it. People identified some potential witnesses and who know these people. I have given you guys so many different leads and information that can make you to initiate an arrest and prosecute. I am aware that the state has the ultimate responsibility, right, and capability to prosecute, and nobody else can do it. The Gambian state, the Gambia police force, this is not a fight between me and you. When I did my press conference in Gambia, I said it. I gave kudos and saluted the Gambia police force because at the time, they were the ones that protected me. If not, these NPP thugs would have killed me possibly. And the young man who was on the scene, Malik Cham. I haven't laid this to rest. Malik hasn't laid it to rest. Nyunko topa betei. Waktu wahajot. I was busy. It's gonna be about 3 months on the 31st of this month. Do something about my case. Do something about my case. Now, to the public, I haven't laid this to rest. It has been happening in Gambia. People get assaulted. People get abused. Political parties have done this to us. I have said it over and over. Yaganako wa Gambiansi. Nelen political parties do everything. Man, Pa Ousman, Gambian talents, every single political party in the country, for the most part, big parties, yep, suma timbi amne nyom encounters. They have slapped and called my, workers' names by the UDP folks. The same thing has happened by the I have had similar experience with APRC back in the days. Mentioned na KCC during my press conference. Now the last person or institution we will take it from is the ruling party. Your role is to protect the people. Is to protect the people. This is not political. For politics. I didn't. I was just there doing what I needed to do. Now I am a citizen that believes in the rule of law. I have allowed the institutions to take the actions. Justice delayed is justice denied. And if you make any peaceful way of achieving my justice impossible, you are going to make violent ways inevitable. I'm not trying to do anything violent. I'm not trying to do anything stupid. Hold it against me. Use this video against me. I am getting impatient. I'm an ordinary citizen and I need justice. Because since that's the new norm, that's the new modus operandi, that is the new status quo. When people make comments, you hold them accountable. Arrest me for making this comment again. I am asking you, IGP, and I'm asking the Gambia Police Force to do the needful. I'm a respectful citizen. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I have done so. I have given you enough time to act and act and act. Definitely, Ndarachi Suma case be. Now, throughout my stay in Gambia, part of my mission when I came to Gambia, I was on a tour of West Africa and I was going to go to multiple countries. I only went to a couple and I would have gone to the others because of the political climate in those countries and because of the fact that this case has distracted me a lot. Because I wanted to make sure that something is done. I cooperated with you, I cooperated with the police, I cooperated with all the necessary institutions. The National Human Rights Commission, I am appealing to you as well. I have been to you. I have been to the Gambia Press Union. I appreciate the effort that you have made. I have told you that I want to pursue this. And what all of you told me, all the institutions that protect the human rights of the citizens told me, or me as a journalist, is that normally it's the victims that chicken out. It's the victims that let go the situation or whatever problem they're in. Suñ ko topé ben ñaari wër wala ñu topa ko ay fan ñu bay ko ñu let go. Man Pa Ousman Joof, I'm saying this, and Malik Cham, who was involved in this, even last week I spoke to him. Both of us had not let it go. We are just trying to follow your lead, follow your footsteps, follow your guidance to actually do the right thing. We are ordinary citizens. We are losing our patience. We don't want to lose it. Justice delayed is justice denied. From the American embassy, as a U.S. citizen, I'm asking you to do the needful as well, because I have engaged you. I'm not going to go into details with any conversation I had with anybody yet, but I'm asking all the institutions in Gambia that are responsible for protecting the human rights of the people. I'm asking the American embassy in the Gambia to pursue this as they would have done so if I was a white male Caucasian. If I was a white male Caucasian, what you would have done, I want you to do the same thing. I have not given up, and I'm not going to give up. The people who abuse people's rights in the Gambia should be brought to book. Officer Dambeli again of Primate Station, Suleiman Dambeli, you know I have engaged you on numerous occasions. You know our conversations that you and I had. You know the one person you continue to pursue who has very little, who other people have more authority and power than. But you continue to pursue that one person instead of going after the other people that have given you, who you can potentially call, for questioning. But because you are scared, or whatever the reason is, IGP, engage Officer Dambeli, have him get on my case. The police headquarters told me that Dambeli or Primate Station has jurisdiction over my case because it happened at Independence Drive. I respected this. When you led me and transferred my file, gave it to Officer Savage to take it to Primate Station, I drove him in my car and my file was transferred. I came with all the witnesses. I gave you guys material evidences. I gave you guys videos. I gave you pictures. I gave you human beings that stood as witnesses to tell you exactly what happened. And I have posted the pictures of the people who allegedly committed this crime, and people identified them. I gave you these screenshots. I see no reason why you cannot act on my behalf and do something. Bayo Makonak, I've not let it go. Do something about my case. I am here and I am not trying to do anything. Gambia is that one country where people barely act on what they need to do. In the diaspora, those of you in the diaspora, you believe in the internet so much that everything that happens, you go to the internet. Well, if it is our safe abode, if you would only act when we put out stuff on the internet, why would we not use the internet for that purpose? It's been 3 months almost. Today is the 20th of August. In the next 10 days, it will be exactly 3 months since I was assaulted. Unless I reach out to you, Officer Dambeli, you don't respond to me. You don't come back to me to tell me efforts that you have made. And all the other institutions that I'm dealing with, this is the status quo and the modus operandi. All of you that are involved, that are stakeholders in this, I am appealing to you to do the needful. It doesn't have to take, it didn't have to get to this level. It didn't have to get to this level for something to be done about my case. For something to be taken, for some action to be taken, whether it's from the police level to all other stakeholders that I mentioned. I would like to see people take action. I would like to see people do something. Now, last week, I've had conversation with some of you, and I said this, I don't want to really go out there. I don't want to be in the public. I appreciate the efforts that have been made, but no institution, no individual is doing me a favor. Every single person or institution that is involved in this, and Gambian people are paying you to do the work that you are supposed to do. Somehow, somewhere, you're being paid with taxpayers' money, and you just need to do the right thing to actually act and act on behalf of victims like myself. I'm not doing this for myself. Like I said, man, I was slapped. And slap be meeting for several minutes, and I don't appreciate it. But Malik Cham Minto Gemenyambi, Malik Cham Minto Bakenambi. That young man and the people like him. This is not anything. America la neka su nyange suma amuton insurance sax suma deme ER dinañ ma topato faj ma bema wër. I'm not doing this for me. But I would like justice to be pursued, and justice delayed is justice denied. Nima assault cannot be working on the streets of Gambia free Again, all type of evidences to arrest those people. Again, a whole other people, arresting them like Alaji Bora. I'm not going to go into that nitty-gritty. Arresting them and keeping them for days for comments that they make. When you have all types of evidences that I've given you that you can use to initiate something. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, I am calling you into this as well. Jotona exercise institution, Jotoma exi, because I shouldn't have been the one to actually reach out to you, whether verbally or in a written form. But I am telling you to do the rightful thing. Because yen yena am jurisdiction, yena am the right, yen la neka sen call, pungen actually take some action. And I would like all necessary institutions to take some action against the people who assaulted me. I don't want this to be a civil matter. I can take it up. I don't want it to be a civil matter. Did them issue this institution, that institution. That is my last resort. I want criminal proceedings to be initiated against these people. So I'm therefore calling on all the necessary stakeholders, institutions, and individuals to do something about it, especially Officer Suleiman Dambeli, of the Banjul Primate Police Station. I am calling you personally because I have engaged you for a couple of months while I was in Gambia. Every single time I called you, I text you, I sent you messages. I have engaged you on numerous occasions. I shouldn't have left my priorities, to take care of this, but that is what had to happen. I've been extremely busy since I came back. But Mange call on all stakeholders to actually do the needful. The police, without anybody's intervention, this is your role and responsibility is to protect the lives and properties of the Gambian people. And of course, you just need to do the needful without fear or favor, affection or ill will. And you know these things. That's it with the Gambia Police Force. If they don't do their work, I'm still appealing to the Gambia Press Union. You've done your part to a great extent. You have been there with me, and I would like you to pursue this on my behalf more and more. More and more. When this thing happened and people came out, what was said, some of the journalists said the Gambia Press Union is only known for releasing statements. That was proven wrong, because indeed the president of the Gambia Press Union, MS Ba, took me to the National Human Rights Commission. I went with him. We took all the necessary steps that we needed to take together. I am appealing to you, MS, to continue to pursue this on my behalf. As a journalist, I am here, and I am not, as a victim, I am not letting go this thing. I want to pursue justice, and from what you have told me, from what the Human Rights Commission told me, is that victims normally chicken out. Victims normally let go. I am telling you that myself and Mr. Cham has not let go on anything. There are several evidences. The National Human Rights Commission, as a quasi body that has jurisdiction or has the authority to engage the police, to get the police to do something, or even be used as a quasi court to do some, get some hearings, get something done. I appreciate all of you guys' efforts, but I feel that more can be done. My engagement with all of you cannot be overemphasized. I'm not going to sit here and say it, and I'm not going to discredit everybody, just like I haven't discredited the police. Ku gis nen nenangi te ku def lu baax lu nekk ñu wax ko, lu defu waxu lu ay di jàmbat. When I did my press conference, I applauded the Gambia Police Force, and I took out or cleared the names of all the security apparatus in the country. I said, for the record, the perpetrators of such a heinous crime, the people who slapped and assaulted me, they did not belong to any security apparatus in the country, including the Gambia Police Force. And I said, instead, they protected me. So put time exifi, dafa am lo xamne lolu ngeen wara def. And until it got to that level, nobody is going to take anyone serious, and these things will continue to happen and happen and happen and happen again. Politicians, especially political parties, especially political party militants, especially, will continue to do what they do, and nothing comes out of it. When Ibrahim Jambang, one of my interns at Gambian Talents, was assaulted back then by a supposed interpreter of the Gambia or translator for the president in Lamin Koto Makati, all that came out of it is Ibrahim Sankare standing there and apologizing to us and promised that something was going to be done. Nothing ever came out of it. Nothing ever came out of it. When Lamin DCC was assaulted by the militants of the APRC back in 2017 during the mayoral election, when Rambo Jata was being nominated at the IEC building, nothing happened. The current Deputy Speaker Sirinjai, Yankuba Koli, and all those people, all that happened was they apologized to us. And this is fact. With the IEC officers, they called out my team upstairs and apologized, and that was the only thing that happened. Nothing ever came out of it. When Sirifo Fai was assaulted in Basse, I mentioned all these names during my press conference. When Sirifo Fai was assaulted in Basse, Koku non in journalism, in following media, and this is a young man that was very passionate about media work, and I have him train him and have him acting and reporting for Gambian talents in Basse. Nonu la kariyam jehe, dammanen la fam. I train a lot of young people until this minute. You continue to see it. Bimaneke Gambia, myself, I launched and had orientation with 29 young Gambians. In 3 months' time, same course we will be finished. I am training them for free of charge. Free of charge. Every single media house that you go to in this country now, whether local or otherwise, you will find products of Gambian talents, young people that I train for free of charge. Nyonyula protect. I do not ask you to do anything for them or otherwise. Which when I had my press conference, I mentioned it, that when I graduated a batch of over 60 people last year, the Minister of Information, then Ibrahim Silla mentioned it, the First Lady mentioned it, that this is something that government should have done. And since I took it up as an ordinary citizen, together with Ibunjai, it's well applauded, it's worth commending, and they should do something to support me, which led to the First Lady giving us $50,000 to support that cost for that one time. I appreciate it, but chufekene japulen limadef munuma train young people bubu man minga xamne malen jite ngeen tie toroxal ma nonu. And guess what? I went to this place that day to in fact protect those young people. I have said it in my press conference that it was at my meeting with Sidi Njai that I left to actually go to BCC because I have a group of young people there who were covering this event. Ñom la demon pour protect. And I saw a lot of injustices, and by default, I wore my man awmaluma lacha lacha awmaluma nuba. I say it exactly as it is, and everything I say here is nothing but facts. Any name that I mentioned here for anything in terms of whether in the past 6-7 years, Bima Ibe office be Gambia Betei wala luha Taylor, everything I say here is facts and mota to made rush. I don't rush to say anything. Anybody's name I mentioned here, whether as an individual or an institution, Suma encounter is fact. When I said I contacted IGP, go and check your messages on your WhatsApp. You will see that I've left you messages. When I say I've contacted the PRO of the Gambia Police Force, the same thing. When I said I have engaged Officer Dambeli, you know the many times that you and I have spoken or exchanged messages, and until 30 minutes ago that I've left you a message on your WhatsApp again, I've been in touch. When I say I've engaged the Human Rights Commission, I've engaged the American Embassy, I've engaged the Gambia Press Union, and all necessary stakeholders who have a hand in this or I think may have a hand in it. You all know that I've engaged you and I've done my part in terms of keeping you posted and asking you to intervene on my behalf. When I talk about these young people that I am training, it's a fact. When I talk about institutions that currently have individuals that are working at different places, it's a fact. Go to iAfrica TV, Mohamed Baigarmi is there. Go to Kerfatu, Sisao is there. Go to QTV, what you call it, Adam Sise is there. Go to GRTS, Aissatou Toure is there. Until the time I left Gambia, I have Yenen media houses, smaller ones. I just mentioned the bigger media houses in the country. Go to the smaller media houses, especially television stations, while online platforms. Nyep Gambian talents staff, the interns, the former staffing in Africa. No hamne, they are school dropouts, they are backway returnees, they are young people that graduated from school and were sitting down and had nothing video editing and camera work. li ma def ci réew mi man xamal naa ko suma boppa. I know it. I know there is a need. I'm a young person who used to carry a gallon of duty for my mom. I'm a young person who was taken care of by his parents from Farafenye. Sumaya di jay mbahal di jay duty. I mentioned these things multiple times. So hamna nakala mel when these young people struggle for opportunities. I'm from a family that has nobody in the government, that has nobody in public office, that had nobody kunyo wara japale. Lima def man daf ma ñor paski dama ko dunda. I'm not from a privileged family. I'm somebody that struggle to pay school fees. I'm somebody that struggle to hard lunch. I'm somebody suma jaayalu suma yaay mbaxal jaayalu ma ko diwtir wala enoma siyo ndox bu seeda dem jaay ko si marché bi wala dawalu ma suma papa sereti fas wala sereti mbam in Farafenye. I will not have lunch. That is how I grew up. I'm not from a privileged family. So hamna what these young people are saying. Hamna what these young people are facing. As a result, I deserve to be supported. And not, I'm gifts and stuff to thank me. When I organized the party for the current badge at the beach, you were there, you saw them. This is something I do for them every single time, every single year. So citizens like myself should be applauded. Citizens like myself should be embraced. Citizens like myself should be praised. Citizens like myself should be encouraged. Citizens like myself should even be awarded and be given the opportunity to thrive. But everything Luma Sohla Sideka Bobunono is a big frustration, is frustrating to the last dot. Passion at knowing how good my cause is what keeps me going. Is what keeps me going. But every system frustrates me. Every system frustrates me. Every system frustrates me. Individuals, companies, institutions, government institutions, private sector, parastatals, everything is frustrating in that country for the most part. So the love we have for the country, they can close the chapter for it. And again, I'm not doing this thing for anything but to pursue justice and teach a lesson to those that are doing these things. They should not be walking free on the street and continue to do the same actions that they did to me and other people. So therefore, I ask the IGP to act. I ask Officer Dambeli to act. You know the evidences that I've given you. I am saying that I am willing to cooperate with law enforcement. I'm willing to cooperate with anybody, any institution, any person who is a stakeholder or has a hand in this or can do something about this to make sure. And I'm calling on anybody who knows the videos and the pictures that we have posted and we shared and that I have shared with the police. If you have any leads, if you have any information about these people, please help us to bring them to justice, to bring them to book. Link dafa wrong. The waruñ ko continue def ken. This is not why Gambia decided. This is not why Gambians voted for this President Adama Barrow in 2016 and in 2021, and it needs to stop together with any and all other political parties that are involved in doing such things. Mange wax ne, we say no to this, and it's important that something be done and done about it. Ma wax ko ci olof. IGP Sanyang ak ki nga xamne moy Officer Dambeli mang leen na ñaax pour ngeen def seen kéemtalaay kàttan pour loi tegu ci kaw ñi nga xam ne ñoo ma toroxal bi ma ñëwee Gambia. ma ne maa ngi sol t-shirt bi gis ngeen ne lii yëpp mu ngi génn fi mu nekk nii dara taxul ma sol ko but because it means a lot to me. In 2016 bi Yaya Jammeh di génn bi Adama Barrow di waat Sénégal dama doon jooy ki ma nekkaloon ci téléphone bi at that time Iva Sarr mi ñu nekkaloon foofu nekkal ñu Dakar. Di cover the live coverage of President Adama Barrow swearing in Dakar. Mungi mel ni tay over 24 hours ñaar fukki benn fan maa ngi toog fi ma toog joguma suma añ suma réer suma ndeewoo yëpp foofu la ma fekka the report pour make sure ne Gambian people bi am nañ access to the information that they needed. ñu def suñ kéemtalaay kàttan nag bi ñoo wax ne Gambia has decided t-shirt bi ma sol nii this t-shirt decide duñ woon pour ñu ñoo mbéj ma man decide duñ woon pour ñu toj gémmiñ ak bakkeni Malick Thiam dañ decide woon pour réew mi texe pour réew mi nekk ci jàmm pour doomi Gambia moom seen boppa mun a toppatoo seen soxla ku ci nekk mun a def li nga war a defar réew mi te dara du la ci fekka bi ma ñëw Gambia dama ñëw depuis 2017 laa géej Gambia am naa opportunities yu bari di fa ñëw may jàppale ay ndaw di leen tàggat ci réew mi for free of charge li ma jàngal ci réew moomu mut na 5 téeméeri ndaw ak lu tegal ñoo xam ne kenn fayut ci butut te ma wax ko ci gannaaw ne fi mu nekk nii télé yoo ak media house yi nekk ci réew mi both local and online tour yi ma mention ci gannaaw ci angale plateforme yooyu soo si demee ndaw yi nga xam ne maa leen jàngal for free of charge ñoo fa nekk di liggéey ñoo xam ne in a million years suñ toboon rek dem si plateforme yooyu kenn si ñoom du leen jël waaye santa yàlla ci bi ma munee xàllil xale yooyu yoon ibil leen bunta xale yu demoon baakuwee dellu si waat xale yi nga xam ne dañ jeexal school toog jàppuñ ci dara xale yi nga xam ne dañ drop out of school xale yi nga xam ne sax si madarasa lañ nekk di dem ay islamic students dañ doon jàng alquran lañ doon jàng waaye am nañ passion for media work ñu jeexal alquran wala ñu war a jeexal ma indi leen ci suma plateforme bi gars yi apply ñu jël leen ñu commencé di lii fi mu nekk ñooñu ñooy liggéey ci plateforme si soo demee si rajo yi am naa young people that are managing media platforms in Gambia media platforms ñoo xam ne suma plateforme lañ jaar nothing less than 4 different media platforms in Gambia ñoo xam ne ñu amee management bi ñi ko jiite ay ndaw lañ ñoo xam ne they would have been there and not have access to anything te wax naa ko the most prominent person si ñooñu sax kooku yàlla dafa def mu xawal laago sax nag he's a differently able person muy Musa Daxaba mi nga xam ne Bansang la jógee Doobo ngeen gis ko mu wax storeem nettali ko ne moom bi mu jeexalee school toog foofu noonu mbokkam yeeg xaritam yeeg everybody ñi moromanteel yépp dañ génn ñii dem Europe ñii dem backway ñii ñëw America ñii tukki different place ñii dem Kombo moom because of lim laago because of the fact ne he's a differently able person mu toog foofu noonu amin Bansang Doobo jàpput ci dara nekkut ci dara mu contact ma through WhatsApp multiple times ma ne ko mënuma laa jox foo dëkk waaye soo ñëwee ci Kombo gi xamal ne amal naa la métier kooku dama ko jàngal métier ba tey I'm happy to tell you ne bi ma nekkee Gambia war a dem attend a function that was organized by the Gambia Media Council in collaboration with the Gambia Press Union at the Ocean Bay Hotel in Bakau of Fajara man maag moom ñoo fa nekkoon ma nekk fa di represent Gambian talents as the media chief mu ñëw fa pour represent benn ci media house si as a media chief moom si boppam pour ma train ndaw ba mujjee ñoo toog foofu di attend loolu ak man loolu alhamdulillah santa yàlla ku def loolu koo xam ne dafa xawal laago mu keep and he keeps saying it ne being disability is not inability. This is one of Musa Dahaba's favorite words that he constantly said. Disability is not inability. So man suma jàngalee ndaw yooyu tax ñu am respect ci seen dëkk yi tax ñu am respect ci dëkk bi tax ñu am ay plateforme tax ñu am fi ñoo liggéeyee man suma maas gi kuñ war a kañ la man suma maas gi kuñ war a jàppale la man suma maas gi ñuñ war a xaalil yoon la man suma maas gi ñuñ war a jox ay moyen ak alal la man suma maas gi ñuñ war a jox laan la paaka ma bil fa school bi di jàngal ndaw yi continuer di def li maa def waaye not ñu ma mbéj di ma toroxal xamal naa ko suma boppa ku xam sa boppa nag mun a woy say maam bi li xewee nag dama ne police yi ak bépp takadeer bu nekk ci réew su weer bi amee fanweeri fan ak benn ñetta fukki fan ak benn si la lii di am ñetti weer angale yi ñu ne justice delayed is justice denied sorry ngeen baalal ma suma loxo ba laal caméra bi justice delayed is justice denied justice delayed is justice denied so kon officer Dambeli mi nga xam ne moo amee suma case bi ma wax ko ci angale ne bii liy xewee dama dem Banjul police station ñooñu ibil ma case jël suma file torox gi ma torox foofu ak li ma fa daj coono bi ma fa daj balaa ñoo jël suma statement si boppam maa xam ni mu toll waaye ñu jël ko ñu laaj ma ay am people ma indil leen ñooñu ay nit ñoo xam ne witness lañ ma indil leen ñooñu wax leen liñ xam ci bés bi ñoo xam ne dañ fa nekkoon ñu teewee yëfi ñu laaj ma material evidence ma génnee ay vidéo jox leen génnee ay nataal jox leen ay turi nit jël lii dugal ko ci internet bi nit ñi xàmmee ñooñu wax ne xam nañ leen police yi amu leen benn reason benn excuse ci suma gis-gis pour ñàkk a mun a poche lii lu dul ne da ngeen ragal ngir NPP la ngir parti président bi la ngir ñi ci bokk ci président bi lañ nekk tur yi ma joxe ngeen xam ko jóg leen ngeen jéem a def dara about this do something about this maa ngi gis yéen a ngi arrest ngosi ku wax ngeen jël lamma ay laafam ku wax ngeen jël tëj ku wax ngeen jël denca ku wax ngeen offer questioning ñi ngeen war a offer questioning mooy ñi mbéj ordinary citizens like myself ñi toj gémmeñ ak bakkani Malick Thiam bi ñoo ngeen war a def ma ne nag bi ma ñëwee ba tey maa ngi toppa suma kéemtalaay kàttan amul benn semaine boo xam ne wala week boo xam ne passé na te man engage ma ñi am dara ci lii su fekkee ne Gambian population bi dañ foog ne lii man dama ko bàyyiwuma ko maa ngi ko toppa ba tey jii amul benn semaine bu ci passé boo xam ne defuma li ma war a def man di engage police yi because ñoom ñoo am right pour prosecute ñoom ñoo am right pour toppal yi ñoom ñoo am right pour jël action seen jurisdiction la te liñ soxla yépp am nañ ko pour mun a def loolu fi mu nekk nii nag something needs to be done dañ dee faral di wax ne nag ñun ñi ci internet bi ñun ñi nekk ci bitim réer a toppa internet bi rek lañ neef lu xew ngosi ñu ñëw ci internet bi ñetti weer laa def daanaka balaa maa ñëw ci internet bi bi lii xewee bés bu ma defee suma press conference laa ci jeexal xanaa few media interviews yi ma am in Gambia besides loolu si laa si jeexal everywhere else fu ma dem si àdduna bi suma interviews yi ma doon def maa ngi doon wax ci affaire yi suma organisation bi liggéey bi maa def di meet ak ay ministers di jéem a meet ak président di meet ak different people doing different things positivity si laa doon dox Gambia mooy di only place boo xam ne dem naa fa suma interviews yi ma am yëpp ci yëfi human rights la ak not giñ ma not ak toroxal giñ ma toroxal which is rather unfortunate. I did not want it to be like that. I did not want it to be like that. I did not want it to be like that. maa ngi jàppa suma ñaambur nag Gambia gi ma nekk wala fi ma jógee fu suma jumbax bi rootee maa ko bugga ci suma xol te li maa defa réew mi damaa continuer di ko def seetuma ci toroxal giñ ma munta toroxal over the years. I continue to do my utmost best. But what I have to say is very important pour ñu xam lii Washington gi ma dëkka nii sometimes situations yi moo dee tax ma wax ko wala ñi toppa suma personal page bi gis ngeen ko last year man Pa Ousman Joof I was awarded here as the African Non-Profit Executive of the Year in Washington State in the year 2022. Suma organization, the Washington West African Center, was awarded the African Non-Profit Organization of the Year 2022. Lee is a big achievement. It's a big achievement. Gambia fale winko. Gambia jelunko as dara. Man, President Adama Barrow at this point, that ma even use as a political tool to achieve a lot in the international arena, especially in the United States. And I can say it, I'm saying it and offering that I can do so much. It doesn't matter who the president of that country is. Why I non-lang magise. I can do so much for that country. Ci kattan yalla ngir suma experience ngir suma xam-xam ngir li nga xam ne man ko dunda America fi over 20 years mako wax ne dama daj lu nekk America fi. My story is real and it's authentic. Te lima def, I'm very passionate about it. Whether fee or Gambia, lima dunda ak fima joge and lack of being from a privileged family, motax may def lima def in Gambia and in America. In Gambia and in America. Japale gima japale domi ECOWAS fee suma organization bi. In fact, on October 13th, very soon you will see that I am receiving a big award from the University of Washington. From the University of Washington for the work I am doing for the West African community here in the United States. Tapaleumako, Sachumako, Nyanumako, Musuma Hamne, these awards even exist. I don't even know. I am just doing me and what I am paid to do, what I am passionate to do, what I love to do. Suma ligeilane kadidef. Ngir lima dunda. From day one. Lima def yeb dama ko def on a voluntary basis. On a voluntary basis. To a great extent. Beli machi feka machi. Dama ko def with passion. Whether awards ma am lag, whether recognition lag, whether khalis ma se jele lag, whatsoever. Luma ci amit xamna ne dama ko ci deserve because dama ko liggéey. Gambian Talents, hey, if you don't know, depuis 2006 la ko set up Mark Ibou Njie is one of the oldest Gambian online platforms. Ñu bari ñu ñoo ciow tay jamono joju probably sax juddu wuñ ñi nga xamne ñoko create wala ñu fa jité wala suñ juddo tamit they were little wala bok ñu nge wine and dine with the former president Yaya Jammeh wala ñu ci dëkk bi def li bi ñoo def li di encourage and di promote Gambian talents, di promote Gambian culture, di promote Gambian civil society and the voice of the people du tay depuis 2006 ba tay la li luma passionate about la maybe ñu xam Pa Ousman tay la ñi xam Pa Ousman tay la man ci media la mus di yëngu suma office youth and development and change bima ñëwé America was one of the first offices yi occupy GRTS building bi ngeen a gis tay besides the former ED of GRTS Bora Mbodj man maa njëkk am office foofu noonu before anything moved to the GRTS building biñ ko sampee es on the second floor Gambian media dañ ci yàgga yëngatu time boobu GRTS office bi ak studio bi yépp mu ngi woon am Gamtel House on Kairaba Avenue li ma wax ni is a fact on Kairaba Avenue officers yépp fa lañ nekkoon time boobu Bora Mbodj mooy woon director general nee na Magdol Gueye mujjee nekk ministre mooy woon deputy DG ñoom Lamine Manga ñu ngi fa woon time boobu Abdou Touré mi mujjee nekk di DG of GRTS bi yàggut nii the last DG time boobu moom moo amee woon production suñ skit siñ daan def yëpp fa lañ ko doon def because of our partnership and the value we were adding to the Gambia, educating and informing the young people of the Gambia then through youth in development and change. Borambo jox ñu office foofu noonu at the GRTS building moom kenn rek moo fa occupy after which IT ñoo join ñu ñun ak Bora ak IT rek ñoo nekk foofu so I'm part of the history of that building. Baby maa ñëw America in 2004 GRTS studio bi move aguñ ko foofu mu ngi woon in Kairaba Avenue mu ngi woon at Kairaba Avenue. Lima wax ni yëpp these are facts réew mi nag dañ dee bugg a wax loon nit sometimes lii yëpp du lu maa toog di war a nettali waaye tu fekkee ne réew mi xàmmeewuñ ràññeewuñ ñiy criminal ak ñu dul criminal ñiy not nit ñi ak ñu dul not nit ñi ñiy toroxal nit ak ñu dul toroxal nit ñi suma maas gi leen jël def ñu bon suma maas gi leen jël def ñu ay criminal suma maas gi leen jël def ñu bañ réew mi te ñun li ñoo contribute ci réew mi weera biñ fa nekkee ak bi tey jii dama jeexal school tooguma Madam form an organization with 6 other colleagues called the Youth in Development and Change, through which we transform so many lives, the lives of so many young people in the Gambia. Beteji, ñoy zere and doing a lot of things. Ñi ma séxalon li mënon nañu jéxal tok ci vuyi mënon nañu jéxal tok ci mbédam mi mënon nañu tok nek di naan ataya wala di tuxtaay di dem di rob nit ñi gis nañ crime rate bi ni bari ci dëkk bi but we did not do any of these things. Instead, we utilize our brains to educate the young people on sexually transmitted diseases, on HIV and AIDS, on drugs and alcohol, on so many different topics and themes that affect the life of the young people at the time. We set the trend for a lot of things that are happening in the Gambia today for the young people. ñi ma xamoon den xam nañ na am still the same Pa Ousman réew moomu nag mooy réew moo xam ne dafa toroxal nit mooy réew moo xam ne dafa not nit réew moo xam ne ñu baax ñoom lañ bonloo ñi bon ñooñ lañ li seet leen ko rek réew mi suñ toogoon sax ñu ne nit def na nangam lu bon koo xam ne àdduna yëpp gis nañ ko àdduna yëpp dégg nañ ko àdduna yëpp teg nañ si bot ak whatsoever li ñoo mujjee mooy ñu jël ñooñu promote leen ñu jël ñooñu jox leen place ñu jël ñooñu am endorse leen ñu jël ñooñu baalal leen ñu jël ñooñu di leen jox lifin ay garaat yokkal ay garaat ak maxama si njëkk ak teranga lañ ko def si dignity lañ ko def si integrity lañ ko teg ci am suñ rights lañ ko teg si suñ yelleef lañ ko teg demuñ dogo demuñ fen demuñ tappale demuñ def anything loo xam ne dafa teggi loi loo xam ne dañoo jaar si suuf nekkuma one of those people that bribe anybody for any service suma loxo ci kaw dem na Gambia ba ñibi not a single person have I ever bribed to have anything fu ma wara dem yëpp dem naa fa li ma wara lijjanti yëpp lijjanti naa ko ñi ma wara mital yëpp jéem naa mit ak ñoom weeda accept nañ ma acceptuñ ma ubil nañ ma seen bunta ibiluñ ma seen bunta jaaruma si benn back way I followed the protocols I followed the procedures I followed the bureaucracy I did what I had to do. I continue to promote Gambian culture and tradition. 2 weeks ago, Lafi organized the Sounds of Africa Festival, in the history of Washington State, in the several artists from different parts of the African continent represented different cultures by default, because it's the first time. Ñan lañ fa gëna represent sulu dara sax Gambia ak suñ tribes si. Ñana fa opon Gambian si. Poli, Jola yi, Olof yi, Saraxule yi, Mandinkai, etc. Not only that, the highlight of the program, 3 Gambian artists ñoo fa perform. Pa Omar Jack was the main act mu def for live band performance. Sound was set with everything you see it. Pa Bobo Jobate, the same thing. You organize workshops. These people represented us and showcased our culture, our tradition. Ibrahim, jóge be Alaska, momit mu ñëw, Starboy. A young Gambian artist lives in Alaska. Ñu indi ko mu jóge Alaska ñëw be fii. We flew in musicians from all over to come and do this. The mamite ak Ahmad Ba wax naa ko how much money my organization, the Washington West African Center, brings into the Gambia the past year alone. Nothing less than $2 million is for support the Gambian entertainment and cultural industry. Man, bes buñ mam becc bes bi li xew Ahmad Ba la jógee mital office am jógee fa dem office Sidi Njie pour mitak mom in his capacity as Minister of Tourism and Culture, because maa ngi leen doon jéem a inform about the work that we are doing and even invite him to this festival that just happened in August. Dem si office Sidi Njie di mitak mom in his capacity as the Deputy Speaker of the National Advocacy, for the country, about West Africa and things happening to West Africa, and I'm engaging West African governments to talk to them about the different theater la ñoo def. We put money on the tables of those people. We put money on the table of those people. We have engaged with nothing less than 3 to 5 li ma def ci réew moomu, and it's intentional. It's intentional. Sometimes some of you who know about YIDAC, some of you who know about the things that I have done and we have done in Gambia, dooruñ ko tey. So man nekkuma an opportunist ku just ñëw tukki bitim réew rek commencé di def li ma def. Déedéet. So deserve ma li ma réew moomu def ak liñ ma def di ma toroxal. Bu yàggut barki Dembo Njaay laa fi jot letter, Minister of Local Government and Lands. Depuis the past ñeneenti at yëpp maa ngi toppa from different ministers ñuy dem di ñëw. Every time ñu dégg ngeen caxat-caxatee laan yi paka yi ngeen a jël di joxe fu nekk barki de Mbonjaay bi ma ñëwee Gambia benn ma dellu si nii nothing less than 20 times laa dem si office boobu ñoom ñëpp xammee nañ ma every day maa egg di wàcca di egg da jox amuñ la paka amaluñ la paka every day ñu dégg ni ngeen a caxat-caxatee ni dëkk bi di caxat-caxatee laan yi ak paka yi ci réew mi ñu binda ma ne reject ne naka amuñ paka buñ la jox amuñ laan, we don't have anything to give you. That country does not encourage me. It does not encourage people like us. So foreigners su ñëwee ngeen jël paka yi jox leen jël laan yi jox leen ñi nga xam ne nekkuñ di def dara lu meaningful xaalis bi ñoo liggéey yëpp dañ koo jël génneewaat ko out of the country. They ship it out of the country. They ship it to their countries. People from different countries, they come to the Gambia, they sell you a dream, they sell you a business idea. Ngeen jël laan jox leen, ngeen jël paka jox leen, ngeen ibil leen bunta yi, give them all the necessary incentives, including tax breaks and whatsoever. Guys, luñ liggéey ci dëkk bi everywhere ñu jël suñ foreign currency bi génnee ko, luñ liggéey génnee ko dëkk bi, luñ liggéey génnee ko dëkk bi. Ba tax dëkk bi munta parler am foreign currency ci biir dëkk bi. People like me that are struggling, doing so much for the young people of the Gambia, training them, giving them skills for free of charge, allowing them to make mistakes, allowing them to learn genuine practical and everything, getting them employable skills. Suma maas gi leen jël di toroxal, suma maas gi leen jël di not, suma maas gi leen jël di xañ dañ buga. Bobu beneen affaire la, affaire Ministry of Lands, whether it has to do with the politics, it has to do with anything that is happening. Billy xewé rek ci la ma gaay bindam after going there for over 20 times li ma fa nekk within the 2-month period. Billy xewé bi ma jógee fa lañ ma send letter ñu ne reject nañ suma application bi wala they don't have anything to allocate to me at this point. Isn't that country is a like seriously, I don't even like to say it. The way you treat people like us that are genuinely contributing to the development of that country. And the funny part is all of you that are in this position don't stay there forever. Like I said, don't meet with Minister Abba Sanyang Madelo. She was less than 15 days. You gain or resign. Abba is now an ordinary person. He's now an ordinary person. Bim neke for anything that he could have done to get this going. I sit and see ministers, people right now as we speak. Amna mboki benna minister bo xamne mu ngi fofu suma place man ko jangal métier for their privacy and for the privacy of the young person duma tudda Trump, but billahi wallahi tallahi as we speak mangi am mboki minister bo xamne mbokam degala la wax de immediate relative mbokka bo xamne man ko jangal métier right now for free of charge. Mboki minister, ministers he come, permanent secretaries he come, directors he come, people in different ways, because the reality is lima jangal xale yi munu len ko jangal, lima defal xale yi yeen munu len ko defal xale yi. You can't suma bora lay mbay gis na sa comment. You are one person ku jappa ci suma combat unconditionally bi nga gisee may def li may def, and I wish Gambians yep melon ni lay mbay bim gisee ne maa ngi jangal ndaw yi, he had the hopes and the wishes and the intention pour open a music school in the Gambia. I say this bim gisee may def li mu ñew jël bagage yim indi won yep guitar yek keyboard yek yenen instruments yi mu ñew jox ma ko ne ma am multiple of them man buga naa def lii waaye ni nga ko munee def ak ni nga ko defee man munuma ko defee noonu awma time bi you already started here are this stuff go ahead and do it partly reason why project boobu kickstart wuñ ko ba tey is because of xataayi place bi again comme ni ma ko waxee land bi nga xam ne maa ngi ko ut boobu ba tey munuñ koo joxe you collect people's money citizens like us that are trying that is not doing this for profit for the record them len I encourage and empower anybody ku buga xam man Pa Ousman meguma a single butut from Gambian talents a single butut musuma am a salary from Gambian talents not even a single penny man Pa Ousman suma loxo ci kaw musuma am a single penny from Gambian talents instead dama nekk di support project boobu noonu for the young people of the country genuinely so ku ci liggéey in any ministry ku ci liggéey in any place and these are all just so many things that happened da ngeen dee discourage nit dama ay laafam su fekkee ne ñun mun nañoo def dara ma start dara in Gambia depuis 2006 and ñu am xel laay waxal de ñu déglu rek seet su dee start naa Gambian Talents depuis 2006 ba tey jii maa ngi koo ron ba tey jii maa ngi koo ron non stop and lépp lu ma soxla foofu noonu ñu ngi dama sumay laaf ñu ngi maa discourage ma jàngal lu mu 500 ndaw for free of charge di Gambian population bi for the longest depuis bi ma am time di def programme si myself to several other people ñoo xam ne train naa leen bitim réew ñi nekk Gambia alone sax laa leen wax but Gambian si nekk bitim réew ñoo xam ne jox naa leen on opportunity right now ñu ibbi seen own platform o ñu nekk si yeneen platforms including Nigam University ñoo xam ne they even use their experience at Gambian Talents I mean bi ñoo war a dem defi seen internships ak yooyu they use their internship at Gambian Talents liñ doon liggéey Gambian Talents ma def loolu yépp ba tey jii basic things yi ma soxla mu tar jógee ci nguur gi ma nekk America fii start Washington West African Center 2017 laa ko start ba tey jii ma employ 8 people set it up from scratch start launch a festival get it to a project that mashallah mungi taxaw I am doing so many advocacy outreach and other things helping people with rental assistance will build payment with transportation have an after school program for the kids doing program for the seniors or the grandma I have so many structured programs and activities that are going on I set it up from scratch supported by the cities counties state federal government as well as philanthropic organizations rek with all the hiccups fu ma taxaw wax ñu déglu ma mun a win the African Non-Profit Executive Director of the Year 2022 the organization that I started happened to win the African Non-Profit of the Year 2022 and right now I'm about to be awarded by the University of Washington. This is not a small achievement for the Gambia. Like I said, President Adama Barrow, or whoever the president is, should have been able to welcome me with open arms, discuss Ousman and see what can be done to take that country far. Lima def lo xamne sax man ko def te yegulen ko whatsoever ngeen taxaw si. Ngeen taxaw si. When I came to Gambia, I wanted to meet 4 different ministries and the office of the president, together with other parastatals. Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Baji, who I met. Minister of Tourism and Culture, Ahmad whose office, his personal secretary, I consider to be the most unprofessional civil servant there, Secretary Tangarabi, because of my engagement with situation as a citizen, as somebody that came to a request to meet the minister, went and submitted a letter Jaraleko in the right place. If nothing, Tangaramo, I'm the biggest stakeholder. Silimadef, I'm a Gambians abroad, because I was going to talk to him like I met with the Minister of Foreign Affairs in different countries to talk to them about the work that my office is doing for the citizens of their countries and Gambians in Yungi over Barry Washington fee. Then over Barry fee. And how we could partner with governments that could be done is what I was going to educate them and see how we can actually support the people, the Gambian people here in Washington state. And government, sometimes some challenges in there. comme ni ma ko waxee bi maa jógee fii dama doon dem New York. And typical example I'll give, like some of the work that I'm doing that people don't know. Gambians, what I am saying, loo xam ne these are all facts. Bi maa jógee fii New York laa nekk, I receive a call that a Senegalese guy is arrested and ñu ngi ko detain. Beneen dëkk la dëkk sax but dañ ko detain indi ko Washington State fii and my office had to intervene. Guess what? This is somebody that was that is being accused of a crime boo xam ne mu ngi in court case bi jeexagut. American immigration, USCIS, ICE dem arrest kooku noonu téye ko dugal ko si same detention center bi fii si Washington State Tacoma ne dañ ko delloo ji Sénégal. For your information, my office intervenes in situations like that. American government, sometimes the USCIS, they lie to the people. They lie to the African governments to issue them travel document pour ñu delloo ñooñu. This is a young man koo xam ne mu ngi amee jabaram ak doomam ak famille am America fii nii. Keesam jeexul te luwaay America li mu wax mooy suñ jàppee nit fee mu ngi on keesam bi mu ngi on waruñ koo deport. Immigration waruñoo am dara lu ñoo def ak moom dañ war a topp kiis bi ba mu jeex tàkk balañ koo delloo ji suñ demee ba convict boromam nag dañ ñu door koo def waaye suñ government si they don't listen to, they don't know some of these things. So America ñëwee rek ne leen kii criminal la indil leen charges rek a lot of them issue travel documents. I was going to educate our governments about some of these things. Whether Tangara jot na suma letter, whether permanent secretary or any of them, I never got any official response from any of this office from Tangara's office. And I've been there multiple times. Security everywhere. His personal secretary, you will hear back from us. The minister is not here. The minister is here. The minister is busy. The minister is that. I asked, okay, what is the status of this letter that I submitted here? I followed bureaucracy. Bima fa demee dama ko submit to the records office because everywhere I go I follow the bureaucracy comme ni ma leen ko waxee jaaruma ci kenn submit ko to the records office record follow about record ñu ne ma submit nañ ko is with his secretary is with the secretary again bima def live bi I wasn't even going to mention this but I would have mentioned the name of the lady the magla sax nak du xale that I've been meeting there naka nga tudda mu ne duma wax turam fan la suma case bi tollu mu ne ma that's a secret that's the word she even used not even to tell me it's confidential. I know she wanted to say it's confidential mu ne ma it's secret, we cannot expose information or say things loo xam ne it's not legal. Fan la suma letter bi tollu. I want to know, am I going to be seen by the minister or not? If not, can they even create a courtesy? Lima wax nono was one of the things that I was going to enlighten them and the type of support that we provide. Last year, beneen example bi ma doon joxe, a Gambian brother died here koo xam ne daf doon dawal Uber ñu rey ko ngir ay nit yum ep jànxi tubaab ak benn boy African American. In no time dañ ko daf leen ep si moto bi rek within 3 minutes ñu sut ko rey ko. Gambian la leen a wax de li tax minister Tangara waroon maa gis man but maybe ñu ngi ko jàppa personal and otherwise li ma doon pare discourse ak ñoom that they don't know a Gambian was killed here in Washington day ñu toog teguñ ci 1 year si time COVID bi teguñ ci 1 year family am ne they are facing a lot of burden tubaab family ñu nga xam ne ñu ngi dëkkal Las Vegas toog foofu every day ñu ngi gisanteeg seen doom bi ñu ne loolu is very painful ñoom dañ bëgg a gis seen family member bi so ñu ngi request bail. The family reached out to me. We mobilized the community and went there. George B on this particular day was very much ready to grant bail to this person. Mune, this is not going to take long. It's going to be a very short hearing. In fact, for now, 30 minutes la allocate for that hearing that day. 30 minutes la allocate. By the time the two attorneys spoke, the family spoke, the next person could speak. Bima waxe be pare. Together with, of course, coupled with all the other things. But I have no doubt the fact that we were structured, the fact that we were organized, the fact that I was talking from an authoritative perspective, George bi doon pare make decision dafa am pour turn over decision am bi mu ne lii is not a case I will judge today. I will make a hearing on today. Give me time. I need to go dig deeper because dañ feesal courtroom boobu keroog ba am ñu nekk si biti bi ma ko informé about that ne ko the courtroom is full and we have other West Africans outside and Washington State is home of over 20,000 West Africans and we cannot rest on our laurels. We want justice to be done. We cannot sit and see this family ñoo xam ne ñoom seen doomi dëkk deena am seen doomi dëkk moo rey ñun suñ doomi dëkk mu toog fii nii nekk fi di nekk a person of privilege ñoom ñu ngi mun a gisanteeg moom on a video call every other day ñu ne ñu ngi toog si seen kër ana ñun suñ doomi dëkk biñ rey ana ñun suñ doomi dëkk bi nga xam ne ñàkk nañ bakkanam ana ki nga xam ne ñun duñ ko mos a gisaat ñoom they can even see their loved one on camera on a regular basis George bi dafa overturn decision am pour wax leen the power of the work that I am doing that Gambia and Gambians don't recognize, that don't know. I'm not just here ne dama nekk di waxantu always. In this case, justice needs to be sought. That's what I'm doing here. And bi ma ñëwee ba toog ak American embassy bi, the deputy ambassador and everybody else and the consular and everybody else dégg nañ li ma leen wax. I want justice to be done and I want all stakeholders. moo tax ma fàttali American embassy ne su fekkoon ne der bu weex la American citizen la su fekkoon ne der bu weex la Caucasian a white male Caucasian dinañ doon toppa case bi def seen kéemtalaay kàttan up to the last dot. to maa ngi leen a ñaax ñoom tamit pour ñu def seen kéemtalaay kàttan with their engagement. Now, if I heard from them, su ma dekkoon di dégg si everybody and seeing the progress that is being made, ma gis action being taken, duma doon def lii and I don't want to continue this. ñun li ñoo wax laaxa-laaxañ fi play wuñ ci game nobbu wuñ ci nekku ne dara lañ ci séntu but justice laa bugga pour mu xew but réew moomu nag daf ñu dee not ci lu bari loo xam ne ñu ngi ko bugga ñu war koo mun a defar réew moomu te defuñ ko. These are just some of the examples of work that I am doing that I would have shared with Minister Tangara and see how best we can support. Dañoo toog nit dee last year about 13 West African citizens, majority of whom are Gambians, ñoo dee fii ci Washington State. Suma office taxawu fa somehow somewhere to provide the families with support. Either ñu fay néew bi liñ ko sulee wala ñu jàppalawanteeg family bi pour fay ko wala ñu jox family bi xaalis ñu fay ko delloo ñu wala ñu dimbale leen jaarale leen through yoon yi nga xam ne moom lañ war a def pour mun a delloo ji body bi back home wala ñu sul boromam fii. And lii loo xam ne la dañ ci dee soxla the office Minister of Foreign Affairs especially embassy yi pour ñu intervene jàppale ñu si kayit yi nga xam ne dañ koo soxla man de lii laa doon bugg a miteeg yow Mr Tangara. Unfortunately, xañ ngeen ma meeting boobu noonu maybe you took it personal noonu laa ko gisee maybe because of this issue maybe da ngeen maa daw maybe buggu leen a def ak man whatever the reason loolu de laa leen doon bugg a mital pour discuss with you some of these issues. doomi Gambien dee fii ñu war ko fee sul ñu am luñ soxla kayit buñ soxla. Another example of loolu mooy balaa ma fee jógee dafa am beneen jigéen bu jógee ci benn ci dëkki Afrika yi bi ma fee jógee Sierra Leonean jigéen dafa dee ci néegam ñu ko ut gisuñ ko. Suma office has this authority where anybody that goes and you Google West Africa or Africa organization or institution in Washington State, Suma Turi organization pops up. And I was contacted while I was in New York. Of course, through the partnership we have with different institutions, eventually kokumuje na ñoo gis kisi guess to be xam ne Sierra Leone la jógee because gis nañ last turam rek ñu xam ne turi african la ñu contact gis suñu organisation bi ak keneen ñu contact eventually kii mujjee na ñoo def ba lijjanti famille am fi mu jógee ba wax ak ñoom ba seen ndax dañ bugg a seen loofan bi ñuy delloo ko Afrique wala dañ bugg a pour ñu sul ko fii famille bi decide ne nañ ko sul fii kooku man bés bu ma duggee si plane bi pour dem Gambia wala Senegal si lañ ko sul de jébal ko boromam. These are things that my office is doing that probably people don't know. America kenn ñaanut yàlla si àdduna bi pour xam sax susan nit dee lan nga war a def and Gambians and Africans here don't know or need to know what they have to do su fekkee ne seen loved one passed na away or dena. They don't need to know. And my office is actually playing a big role in that. Now guess what? From our Giving Back to Africa project bi ma ñëwee Gambia dem naa Ibo Town distribute fa bagage dem naa si marché bi dem naa si madrasa bu nekk foofu distribute fa bagage dem naa the home of the elderly and shelter for the disabled or shelter for kids and home of the disability no shelter for kids and home for the elderly boo xam ne is under the Ministry of Social Welfare. How did this happen? Maybe tàngara mi ma doon xañ meeting moom ak office am nañ laaj Ministry of Social Welfare luñ ci jëlee bi ma requesté to meet Minister Kinte ak office am moom nekkul fa permanent secretary bi of for whatever reason ñu defa ma to the DPS bi ma meet ak ñoom xam nañ njëriñ bi loolu am because immediately dama meet ak ñoom ma make arrangement dem def inventory ma génne leen ay bagage yóbbu ko si place bi nii because I had a shipment that just arrived in the Gambia and we are working with them and trying to see how best we can try to support the social welfare department ak seen needs si surtout that particular institution boo xam ne visit naa ko njëriñ rek a si am suma tàngara mënutoo na mit sax yóbbu ma pour ma meet ak some of these people it would have been a great thing but dem naa fa ba ñëw following left and right office of the president Barrow mënoon nga ekati téléphone nga mit ak man nga xam li may def ak naka la loolu mën a njëriñee réew mi ak naka la mën a bénéfité yow sa bopp politically billaay ma ñëw toog sa office nga ekati téléphone wala send emails or messages to call other West African presidents and try to facilitate some of those conversations. There are lots of things that you could have done that could have benefited the country. That could have benefited the country. But I non ngeen ma tiye da ngeen ma jàppee noon ba tax def leen yenn yi now yàgg naay wax nag li duuf ci nag bi xejut ci cin li waaye the whole purpose of this is to actually ask the police to intervene, ask the government to intervene, ask the Minister of Justice to do something, and of course all the other institutions ñi nga xam ne dañ am right a mandate to actually pursue this ñu def the needful. Lii laa ne woon ma wax ko buguma continuer di def live videos yi defuma ko is nothing personal about anybody génnuma wax dara loo xam ne it has to do with suma meetings ak yéen for the most part in terms of revealing names ñi ma jot a wax seen tur fii ñoo xam ne mit naa ak ñoom even institutions si ma wax sax respect na enough to not mention names and stuff, but I would like to see some action being taken. It doesn't matter who is responsible ku nekk na nga def sa liggéey rek ni ma ko yàgga waxee su ma daan def lu tax Gambia du dem so ne Gambia open up waar mat na tool ku nekk na nga bay sa waar jàppa fi nga war a jàppa def li nga war a def su ko defee réew mi dem kanam ku nekk defal sa wareef to Pa Ousman di def wareefam na keneen def wareefam. Like I said, I'm not person that laxa that beat about the bush. I say it as it is and ñëpp xamee nañ ma ko te it li ma def yëpp ci facts laa koy base, no speculation. Toguma jiñ fi kenn dara wala wax dara loo xam ne amut. Like I said, Officer Tangara or Minister Tangara, if you are not aware, go and find out from your secretary. Letter yi ma fa yóbbu, Minister of Social Welfare, Minister of Youth and Sports, Minister of Tourism and Culture. Place yi nga xam ne dem naa fa pour yóbbu fa letter and follow it up. Dem leen ngeen seet. I wasn't just after politics. This is the same thing I did when I went to all the different African countries, and on a regular basis, I'm in touch with them. Bima deme Gambia, meet na ak Minister Ambassador Lam. And the conversations I had, depending on where it leads to, lolo moy trigger the next person that I meet or whatsoever, and direct moma indi fofu. So mangle na jangal, di jangal suma bopa, di len fatali suma bopa, ne suñu réew mi dañ war di jàppale ñi nga xam ne ñooy jéem di teg mbugal si ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk di lor nit ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk di def right, ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk di ñàkk a yóbbu réew mi kanam ñi def dëgga ñu jàppale leen ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk ci di góorgóorlu ñu jàppale leen ñu recognize leen ñu encourage leen képp koo xam ne nag dafa def naka sudut noonu ñu mbugal ko moom tamit. Lii laa ne moon ma wax ko pour xamal askan bi tamit ne tooguma rek bàyyi suma loxo kees bi maa ngi ci kawam tey la waalo gën a ay waaye ñi war a def seen liggéey ñoo defut seen liggéey. Hopefully after this video dinañ def seen liggéey, if not conversation bi dina continuer. Maa ngi leen a bëggee di leen gërëm di leen sant képp koo xam ne bind nga fi anything rek comments. I wish ma mënoon a read seen comments but maa ngi jéggalu bu baax di leen gërëm di leen sant.
yoddu sa xat te quality jas na ñoo yor seen cumbukaay tur day uyu borom jas na pire sa ko bëggee fii si biir Gambia bi dawal foofu sa quality